Hey, we're starting up a podcast. This time we shouldn't
Yeah,
get canceled.
yeah, hopefully not. I mean, do you remember the last time when we said the N word?
Oh
Oh boy,
yeah.
YouTube terrible. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to
Yeah.
the next edition of the Trash Talk Podcast.
Tonight, the information superhighway and one of its main thoroughfares, an online network called Internet.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Trash Talk Podcast. Yes, this show still exists. How's it going? I'm here with my co-host. If you forgot his name is Brian.
My name, it's definitely Brian. It's not Ian. It's not Rihanna. It's Ryan. All right, let's get that established right here, right now. Ryan, DeBoss, whatever works for you, but it's Ryan,
So yeah,
not Brian.
I mean, if Batman can have like 8 reboots, why not the Trash Talk Podcast?
Yeah, might as well. This podcast has been rebooted like how many times within the past like year and a half? We've done episodes saying it's back and wait 6 months to upload.
Yeah, it's like now the show is on Spotify. Just kidding.
It's like, oh yeah, Spotify is definitely going to be the professional place in order to be doing this. It's going to be
So
great.
we're back, and with a twist. So basically, we haven't talked in a while. Like,
Yeah. Like legitimately, me and Amelia, like outside of the podcast, we haven't personally talked in some time.
yeah, we both apparently have lives. Um, I didn't know that. We
Yeah,
haven't talked since February because we were gonna do another reboot of this podcast. But it never got posted. Oh,
so
this episode where we
what
talked.
we're all right.
Yeah, this episode where we talked about our New Year's resolution, and I remember one of them was that we were not gonna miss a week of doing podcast. So
Yeah, as it turns out, that resolution got broken faster than saying they're going to exercise every single week and lose
yeah.
300 pounds by the end of the year.
Did
That didn't happen either.
did you lose 300 pounds? No. Oh.
No, actually, I lost 299. I was so upset
Oh,
that I
damn
went
it.
to, yeah, I went to a bar and grill and I just ate every single piece of meat they had in there, and also all the burgers.
Yeah. No, I lost 301.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, you mad lad! You beat me
Yeah.
by 2 pounds. I want to see those charts and results. I
Yeah.
don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, apparently if you pass your overachieving your New Year's resolutions, you get smited. So,
Yeah, that's definitely how it works. Well, that's
yeah.
how my Twitter account got banned. Because I posted about
Is that the N-word
I
again?
went from 10 followers to 9.5. The
Uh,
Twitter executive is stupid.
yeah. Someone half followed you. It's kind of like
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, YouTube does have like half subscriptions, right? Because like if you subscribe to
I think,
someone and don't
I think
turn on notifications,
I think that's actually happened before, where YouTube's either glitched or it's actually the system messed up. The system's messed up enough as it is in many ways, but it's literally glitched before to where people had like half a subscriber. There was one kid that had like one sub. He made a video about it, and then like the next day it was like 0.5 subscribers on his channel.
I don't know about that, but I remember one time somebody got it to negative.
Yeah, yeah, how do you get negative subscriptions on YouTube?
You know,
I have no idea.
maybe if you get blocked, like you
I
have
mean,
zero subscribers and a bunch of people block you.
that might be the case. I mean, I know that's never happened to me
Yeah.
personally because I've been, unlike this podcast, I've been very frequent in posting
Yeah,
videos.
right.
Like
You took like a 3 months hiatus.
3 month hiatus. It was 2 months. Everyone keeps okay. So for those of you who don't know, I've been taking a on and off break this year because I've had school and finals and a bunch of other stuff going on. It has become a meme apparently that I took 3 months off the channel. Not true. It was 2 months. Thank you very much. And I still kind of upload.
Let's start off with YouTube Rewind before we recap our lives to you guys.
Oh boy, so YouTube Rewind. So let me. I want to ask this to the audience here. You remember YouTube Rewind 2018, right? We all remember how utter like shit it was. Basically, it was utter garbage.
Do we have to
So-
wait like in Dora the Explorer?
Oh yeah, that's true too. We don't. The YouTube DeepMind. It's gonna scan this video if there's anything child friendly in it.
Yeah, oh
You
yeah,
know,
COPPA, that's another thing.
Swear as much as possible. We have to add as many innuendos in as possible. We have to say many offensive words.
Yeah.
So we got to do it while we're talking about this. Otherwise, the video will get claimed or something.
Basically.
Basically, yes. But YouTube Rewind 2018 was completely terrible, and even though it was completely awful and they terrible memes and creators that are very controversial, they still at least had to put effort in it because hell, they even had Will Smith in it. This year's Rewind,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you remember those compilation videos that you always see on YouTube?
Yeah.
It's like picture Watch Mojo.
Yeah.
It's a Watch Mojo video without the commentary.
I mean, yeah,
Terrible.
basically. I mean, I don't have like a big opinion about it. I think I already told you that's like last year they tried really hard like to look
Yeah,
cool,
but they
and this
yeah,
year
they failed
they didn't
so
even
badly.
try. They didn't even
No,
try.
they did. And that was the funny thing. They had all these big content. Regardless of what you think about them, they are still big content creators on the website, and they still had to hire them. They had to hire people to film it, edit it. They hired one of the highest paid actors of all time, Will Smith, who's
Yeah.
still has a career somehow.
Yeah,
You
and
remember that
and
Aladdin
actually
movie model?
like the year before, wait, no, it was 2016. They got The Rock, so they were really like
Oh.
throwing money to YouTube Rewind.
Well, they threw it straight in the toilet with last year's Rewind. So if that's how they like spending the money, I mean, good for them.
I feel like YouTube Rewind last year was kind of like, proving that controversy sells.
I guess so.
Because like it was so universally hated, but a bunch of people watched it still, and it got like huge media
Oh.
coverage. And it
I mean,
probably
honestly,
brought a lot of people to the site.
I think like another funny thing about it is too, people always literally every YouTube Rewind people make memes of, they make jokes about. Last year's Rewind was literally meme Rewind. There was so many jokes.
Yeah.
2018 gags. They literally threw all the memes that they could find. It's like someone Googled popular memes, and the first thing that came was like the dope's face, and they decided we have to put that in somehow. And they just kept doing that for every single meme they saw, trying to be hip and cool with the kids. I think when they found out
K-pop.
Exactly, K-pop. Hey, you remember Kids Bop? Let's play. Can we get the Canadian Despacito in here, please? Start playing.
We get banned for playing Kids Pop.
Yeah, definitely. What? Wait, if we sing it though, are they still gonna ban us for the lyrics? Because we put the words in the
I mean,
probably.
so yeah, that's
Probably.
basically my opinion on YouTube Rewind this year. I mean, personally, one of my like, it sounds so dumb because of how cringy YouTube Rewind has become, but like one of my dreams has been to like be in one of these videos, even in the background. But now that they're doing this like Watch Mojo style video, I don't think it's like I'll ever get on it, even if I like get it.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they did show you. And that's the funny thing too. I mean, you literally can't make. You can make videos talking about this all you want, but at the end of the day, when these like meme Rewind videos come out every year, which are really good, you can't really meme anything. It was just
Yeah.
boring. Definitely until YouTube played it safe this year because they
So
showed all the
safe.
compilation. Exactly. And they figured, you know what? We'll go with what everyone else really likes, like popular creators and
Yeah.
videos that people this year, and we'll put that in a compilation.
I mean,
Instead of-
I do find a positive in this video because like YouTube's so big. It's not just like English speaking creators. I should know that since I speak 2 languages, so I see both communities. But it was kind of cool to see how YouTube is and functions in other countries. They feature this YouTube channel from Brazil that is basically like FaZe Clan, Brazilian FaZe Clan.
Oh my god.
It's so funny. They also showed like some Pakistani YouTubers, which I thought was cool because like, in previous rewinds, they always kind of like sat in the background, or if they had like a major role, a lot of people wouldn't recognize them. So I thought
Yeah,
that was kind of
makes
cool.
sense. I mean, I gotta ask though, if they are the
Bra-
equivalent of Face Clan, just in another
Brazilian
country,
Face Clan.
they recently trash a hotel room or something. Did
I
they recently kill
I
their
don't know,
girlfriend?
man. But like their most
That-
popular videos of them showing off their mansion. So
oh my gosh.
I thought it was like Brazilian Team 10, but no, it's like Face Clan because all most of them videos are just them playing Fortnite. So
Wait, is Team 10 even a thing anymore?
oh yeah,
It's,
actually, is it even a
it,
thing?
yeah, I don't even know if it's a thing. Like a few years ago when Jake Paul was bigger than what he is now, yeah, sure. After he lost that Disney Channel flow that he had.
Oh
But
man, 6 months
yeah,
ago, never done before, man.
yeah, yeah, we're gonna get copyright claimed for this definitely now. This is the podcast where it
Oh my
happens. The
god,
whole
this year has been UMG at its worst. I've gotten a bunch of videos claimed for copyright, and like ones I do admit I used the song more than I should have. But like
Mhm.
the video I posted yesterday, the outro song is just 10 seconds. 10 seconds. And that's like enough that's like the limit for YouTube, right? And they claimed my video.
like for the fair use system on YouTube, you can debate every single change that's happened. You can talk about the demonetization. You can talk about the COPPA law coming into place. You can
Oh
talk
my god.
about all this stuff, but at the end of the day, YouTube is still a broken system in a lot of ways, and it has been for many years. And it's had its ups and its downs, and it goes through it every single year.
Yeah.
This is just an example right here, because if you can't play a 10-second song in a video, like, why? Because you need that extra 10-cent revenue? Because I'm pretty sure you
Yeah.
don't make a ton of money
And
off
like
YouTube.
my videos aren't even monetized. So
Exactly.
and
Well,
that
I mean, I don't know.
you
It
want to
would
know
be
how many
monetized.
views that video got? It has 1
Yeah,
view right now.
but you would want, but you wouldn't you, if you were monetizing videos, wouldn't you want good videos to be monetized? Like, your videos would have to be good first.
Yeah,
I'm just,
that's true.
I mean, your videos are like, yeah, maybe average, but it's alright, whatever.
Oh, it's just that I'm sorry, I don't copy Jack's films.
Wait, what? I didn't. What are you talking about? I don't copy Jack's films.
Anyways,
So I've been planning my new merch line for a little while now, everybody. We talked about it on probably, I think, the very first episode of Trash Talk years ago. It was like 2 years
oh
ago.
yeah, no, it wasn't even. Oh
Pretty sure it was 2017.
yeah, when we met. I don't. Didn't you have a podcast and then like I brought you onto the show because you started off as a guest?
Yeah, and then eventually we had a few people come on. I came as co-host, and then we just started doing these kinds of podcasts more
Yeah,
until we got to the point.
and then we rebooted the show,
But,
and then we rebooted the show again.
Exactly. So call this like a little hashtag throwback.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what it was because it's been a while, but I will say
It's
I
an
remember
action
it was like
figure of your mom.
action figures and like my mom calling me the boss T-shirts
yeah.
or something like for whatever reason, which I'm having made right now. I'm going to be distributing it in my own store. So if anyone wants to
Excellent.
pick them up, link in description. This video is sponsored by my T-shirt store.
Everybody go to our store, Gucci.com. That's the name of our store.
We secretly co-own the site, even though it might say someone else's
Yeah.
name. Don't be fooled.
Yeah.
We had to come up with a
Something you don't know about us is that we're actually Italian.
we're Italian. We're millionaires.
Yeah. Anyways, so what have you actually been up to?
Okay, so besides planning my sweet anti-smelly T-shirts,
The Boss Supreme crossover.
yeah, definitely, that's exactly what it is. God, horrible. Besides that, though, as we touched previously in the podcast, or teased previously, my schedule for YouTube this year hasn't exactly been. What's the best word I can describe here? It's been I will admit it's been a little wonky in terms of when I've uploaded. There's been periods throughout this year where I haven't uploaded, but then there are periods following it, I think like in the past 2 or 3 months, where I've uploaded a decent number of videos. Personally, I've just been really busy. It's my start of my junior year in college, for those of you who don't know. And I've just been
what
really
are you?
busy.
What's your major?
Me, social science. Or education and social science, I should say.
Oh, you copied Professor Politics.
Yeah. No.
Who's
I
having
don't
a
have
baby, by the way. Congrats.
So shout out to Professor Politics if you're listening to this. Congratulations on being a new father.
Little
I'll pay
baby,
you
little baby
$5.
Emilio.
Yeah, if you name Emilio, I will PayPal you $5.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
If his name is Emilio, he is immune to Child Protective Services. Don't worry about it. Anyways,
If you make his name DeBoss or Ryan, I will.
he's gonna get
happily
bullied.
pay $5.
Kids are gonna hate him.
Yeah, probably Emilio DeBoss, whatever. Politics.
Man, if his name isn't Jaguar, I'm gonna be disappointed. It's the most Florida thing you can do.
Oh my gosh. Okay, if you're listening to it, man, we're just kidding.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it. But if you want an easy $10,
If you want to
You
name
know
your
where to
kid Jaguar.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah,
This video is
social
sponsored
science.
by G Fuel.
Yeah.
No, aside from that, though, like I said, just been busy with school and work and whatnot. And other than that, I've just been trying to do videos on the side. And something new that I've started since we've done the podcast, or I've been collecting retro video games, for those of you who also don't know. It's always been a passion of mine, but I just never pulled the trigger on the hobby until a year ago. No, wrong. It was when we recorded that video in February. I started collecting before that, so I started about like 20.
Don't you have like another channel?
Oh yeah, that's right too. The Nostalgia Factor. Okay, so two things about that channel. One, if any of my viewers from DeBoss are listening to this, stop hating on the channel. I'm specifically talking about you, Nightwing, if you ever end up listening to this. The Nostalgia Factor is not a bad YouTube channel. It's a running joke on my channel for some reason, or my main one, DeBoss. I have a very vocal core fan base of people who consistently watch the videos that I've known on the platform for a while. People that I've not only known, but people who have come to be frequent memers and whatnot on the channel. Yeah. And it's becoming a running gag that my channel, The Nostalgia Factor, is terrible, I guess, in like a ironic sense from mostly because it takes my attention away from DeBoss, and that's what people love watching me most for. Not my gaming stuff, really, but it's more so for like the memes that I put out, which I do enjoy doing, don't get me wrong, but I also have a passion when it comes to creating content for gaming stuff, like reviews, discussions, and whatnot. But
Didn't you start off doing that? Like just gaming stuff?
Okay, so first off,
NASCAR.
I started YouTube. Yeah, Louise. Okay, so backstory about that. I never talked about why I did some of my earlier videos. The NASCAR video, it was at school. One of my good buddies, one of my best friends actually, he loves NASCAR. So at the time, I got the idea when I was first starting YouTube, hey, wouldn't it be cool to upload a NASCAR rant to YouTube? And boy, oh boy, why did I do this video? I didn't edit it properly. It was in a terrible frame rate. It wasn't filmed in a right angle. It was filmed on an iPod Touch, which, again, probably didn't help at all. And overall, it was just really stupid. And I had really bad hair that day, too. So, yeah. Well, it wasn't a good video. I don't know why I made it. One of my most and terrible videos.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta do what the algorithm wants you to do, you know?
I didn't even know what an algorithm was.
Actually, I don't think NASCAR's ever, like, worldwide, has NASCAR ever been, like, super relevant, you know?
Not really. Like, outside of the U.S., like, not really.
Yeah, I think, like, the first time I went to the U.S., we actually, like, in Milwaukee, they have, like, a NASCAR arena, whatever it's called. And my cousins and my aunt were like super excited that they got to drive on it, and me and my sister were just like, "Cool, what's that?"
It's hard to say.
It's just cars going round and round, like in Cars.
And that's part of the reason why I made the video in the first place. I don't actually hate NASCAR. I just find the sport really boring.
Yeah,
not my thing at all.
I feel like it's the type of sport that's a little bit more exciting when you play it. Maybe like tennis or golf.
I mean, probably, but at the end of the day, I personally don't like it, and me not liking it led to probably, again, one of the worst videos that I've ever done on my channel.
So, yeah.
Yeah, not fun.
So what else did
God.
you get up to this year, basically?
Besides, I don't know, outside of schooling and games and whatnot, nothing much really. Few notorious things. Going out, seen some pretty good films and whatnot. Actually, I always wanted to do review some like certain films from this year and whatnot as
Yeah.
well. Kind of do that at some point.
We were
The problem
supposed
is
to do a
with
Joker one, but it never fell through.
yeah, I mean, we could briefly talk about what we thought about it at this
Yeah.
point. I mean,
Yeah, I guess so.
it's not really like a full review. We just give our like impressions of it.
I mean, I liked it, but I don't. It wasn't like as good as people were making out to. Maybe like a 7 out of 10 for me. Maybe it just
Yeah,
got
I
really
mean,
overhyped. Maybe that's a problem, I guess.
I think that's probably part of it. Why a lot of movies, like I can even admit for like some more, I love Marvel movies, but I can admit even some of them get really overhyped for
Yeah.
more than what they are. Joker for me was a movie that I very thoroughly enjoyed. I thought it was a really fitting origin story for the Joker. Really well shot. The acting was amazing. Actually, I thought from the lead, especially.
Yeah.
I can't think. Joaquin Phoenix. I thought he was really good in the role. I will say though, people
Really overhyped
know
it.
this. Yeah. Well, not only did they really overhype it, but there was really stupid controversy around this movie about
Yeah.
how violent it was and how it could encourage, violence and
Yeah.
whatnot. Which, first off, there's like literally 5 people that die in this movie, not counting like the riot scenes, which again weren't bad at all. If
Yeah.
for a movie, this movie is very
Uh,
light on gory violence
I,
itself, and I
yeah, it's
and I
it's fun.
I mean, yeah, it's different, but it's not bad. I think the reason why the media made it to be such a big deal was because the entire theme of the movie, at the end of the day, besides it being a setup for a new universe or based off a comic book character, was
Mm.
because it dealt with mental health. And anything to do with mental health, everyone always jumps all over in a negative way. Like,
Yeah.
no matter how it's portrayed.
Yeah, I mean, I think my friend that enjoyed it the most. Well, I know two people that really enjoyed it. Was this guy at work that just really loves Batman and stuff like that. So he really enjoyed it as a Batman fan, as a Joker
Yeah.
fan. And my other friend
Which is understandable.
had like super low expectations. He didn't care at all because it's like a DC movie and that already has like a negative connotation. So he went into this movie
Exactly.
like not giving a damn, and he really enjoyed it.
And that's the thing too. I think overall, if you take away the DC aspect of it and judge it as a movie itself, Joker's a good movie. It
Yeah.
was really well put together. Do I still think that it was overhyped? Yes, I agree with you. It was. The movie was good, but it wasn't like breathtaking, so to speak.
Is it gonna make it into the Oscar nominees list?
I think it'll make it on the list. Yes. Do I think it'll win it?
No.
Maybe.
I don't think Best Picture, but to be honest, this year we got Black Panther, so maybe.
Which Black Panther again was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it.
Oh man, I hate
Was
Black
it-
Panther.
I actually really enjoyed Black Panther. I just don't think a lot of the aspects of it that were overhyped, I don't think were warranted because while it was a solid movie, it wasn't as what everyone kept saying it was,
Yeah.
like because it did so and so reason, which it didn't. I mean, like I said, okay. So what people were saying basically that the lead was, and we're getting into this here. This isn't anything bad because I don't despise really anybody, but everyone was complimenting the movie specifically on like having an African American lead, which is really impressive, I suppose, in like an ethical standpoint. But
Yeah.
that wasn't the first time it's done, like so many people claim.
I mean,
there's
I
so
feel
many-
like
That it happened.
I get like the importance of the movie because it's like the first uh first super big budget black superhero movie. Whereas like we had Blade, but I mean like let's be honest, Blade wasn't produced with like this
No.
huge budget and it didn't make
Yeah.
$1 billion
It also-
in box office money. So
Plus, it wasn't even made officially by Marvel anyway. So
Yeah.
if you want to count it as part of that, then it was its own thing.
but yeah, that's basically our opinion on Joker. Endgame was also cool.
Yep. Endgame was really enjoyable.
I had a lot of fun watching that one. So yeah, that's basically the boss's recap of his
Basically.
life.
So, what about you, Emilio? What have you been up to?
I had pretty much the most exciting year of my life so far. I'm kind of really
Cool,
excited
okay.
of what 2020 might bring, because like I remember 2018 I was like in like New Year's Eve, I was just thinking like, dude, this year's gonna straight up suck. There's nothing really cool that's gonna happen like sporting wise because the Olympics are next year, and
Ooh.
I was just thinking like this year's gonna suck. Last year was pretty cool. I got to go to Canada. That I know like some people maybe in the U.S. it's like Canada. What do you want to go there? But for us in Mexico, it's really cool because they have snow there, and it doesn't snow here. So, um,
Well,
yeah,
consider yourself lucky in some regards. From where I
yeah.
live,
No,
regardless,
I've been to
I
Wisconsin,
don't care.
dog. It's like horrible there when it snows. So,
Yeah, same thing with my house because I live in the upper part of the East Coast in
in
America,
Ryansville,
and up in here,
Pennsylvania.
especially in Pennsylvania. Yeah, okay. So it's
Ryansville,
I don't like
Pennsylvania.
that Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's somewhere in the area, and up there, especially like around New York, where those winds actually come from Canada. That's where a majority of our bad weather comes from this time of year. It really sucks. So, I mean, it's not always terrible. Like right now, it's not bad. Actually, it's really good. And that's the bad part about where I live too. Weather-wise, maybe not bad.
Well, I
But
mean,
it's
see it from my perspective. Where I live, it's like a desert area, so it's nice
yeah,
to go. It's nice to go to a place that's kind of cool and weather. I mean, Canada was really fun. Everybody there is super nice. That Canadian stereotype is
yeah.
true. uh,
You,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, I had like it was so weird because like when I've been to the USA, like they've told me like don't speak in Spanish because there's a lot of like racist people that can tell you
Which,
like that
well,
can
unfortunately,
yeah that can tell you like this is America. Learn English, you
it's
beaner.
like it's
And
like so. I
and
don't
when
care what country it is. You can speak whatever language you want.
yeah, and when I was in Canada, me and my friends were speaking in Spanish, and we wanted to take a picture, and we asked this guy, and I asked him because I was the only guy that could speak English, and this guy started speaking in Spanish, and he was like, "No, no, 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 I'll take the picture," and he was speaking like, really broken Spanish, but he was trying to communicate with us in our language to make us feel welcome, which I thought was pretty
Mm.
cool, because in Mexico we also do the same thing that happens in America, you know, especially in
Yeah.
my city. There's a lot of like Japanese people and Russian people and people from Honduras coming in, and people treat them like shit. Honestly, it's so
I mean, that's bad
disgusting.
too.
So
I think. Oh
Canada
wow.
Canada makes you really feel welcome. So that's why I was like super happy when I came back. It's like I really would like to live there. Um, but anyways, yeah, I was like pretty like bummed out because like I don't think anything cool is gonna happen this year. But I had such a great year. I mean, YouTube wise, I didn't post as much. Uh, but my channel really exploded this year. I reached right now I have 280 subscribers, which is just amazing.
I mean,
Uh,
I wouldn't say exploded per se. I would say like sub for sub doesn't exactly explode
fuck
overnight.
you. And I got
I'm just saying.
I got a video with 6,000 views, which is a record, and I got another one with 13,000 views, which is basically like more than any DeBus video.
Buying views. Buying views is a really big part of the small YouTube community nowadays. So I
No,
don't know how much you spend
actually,
on it, but I can tell you.
what we did was that everybody in my neighborhood would hit refresh. That's how we bumped my video all the way up there.
I can legitimately see you doing that for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
I had a friend that I had a friend that
When
did
you're
do that when we started off making videos. He told me that every afternoon he would load up his video and he would like move the time bar to like the end so he gets the watch time, and then he would refresh
Oh,
the page and do the same thing.
it's
So
like all right then. Well, that's one way to do it.
I mean maybe that's how PewDiePie our T series got so big. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god, I bet so. People just did that entirely just so that way he'd stay ahead of PC.
Yeah.
Regardless of how inevitable.
I mean I did my bitch lasagna Kids Bop edition. That did really well. Super positive reception. And my other video that got 13,000 views, I did get a lot of hate comments. I'm not gonna lie. It feels weird, like getting hate comments, because like you see other YouTubers talking about how it shouldn't affect you, that you should stay in that mentality. But it's really hard because oftentimes they will pick out something of your video or of your aspect that you haven't realized about yourself, you know, and it turned it
Yeah.
into another insecurity. So
Because, oh my, I remember looking back on your channel years ago and looking at some of your early videos. What happened to you? Did you get hit by a truck or something?
no, I just make
No.
epic videos. You're just jealous because your videos don't even get 1,000 views.
I don't even aim for 1,000 views for. I literally just make videos to entertain the people that follow me. Because no matter what I post, they still want to follow it regardless.
That's
And
just
that's what
sound
keeps me going for YouTube.
with mediocrity.
Look, sub for sub didn't work.
Can't
at the
hear you
beginning,
up
all right?
here.
So
Can't hear you up
I
here.
had to do something.
13K and up. 13K and up right here. So yeah, it was a pretty good year for me. I uploaded my first video in 1080p, which was pretty cool. It was pretty exciting. I got to work with an actual good camera, which is really cool.
You're living on the wild side there.
I'm living on the wild side. Well, I mean, you don't have to use your phone to make your videos. What else? I finished high school. I don't know. Some of you may know I'm homeschooled. Well, I was homeschooled. So that was epic. I worked at my old school for middle school because I only did high school at home. And I did my social service there. And it's kind of like, I don't know if they do this everywhere. Ryan, you told me if like as a graduation gift, the kids don't have a party. They just kind of take a trip. Do you guys did that, or do you guys have prom, right, in the U.S.?
What, you mean like a dance? Yeah, at the end of the year.
Yeah.
We have a senior. Well, for my school at least, we had a senior trip where we went to Washington D.C. actually to celebrate. And then we also we have prom and stuff like that.
I mean,
homecoming.
We don't have prom, but we have just the trip because nobody cares about prom.
I enjoyed my senior prom. Thank you very much. It was a lot of fun. My junior prom I'll never talk about, but my senior prom was really good.
Oh, did you get drunk?
No, it had nothing to do with alcohol. Although for my homecoming, I felt like I wanted to, but no.
Okay,
it didn't happen.
Maybe that's a story for another day.
Yeah, maybe.
Ryan's secret prom adventure. And so yeah, I got to go as a chaperone on the trip, and it was actually pretty fun. You know, middle schoolers get a bad rep, or maybe those kids are the only like decent middle schoolers.
Oh my god. I guess that's the theory we're going with here.
Yeah, I mean, I was like a cool counselor because like I let him like stay up late. Anyways, also the biggest coolest thing I did this year, I went to Japan. Oh, dude, I picked out all the hentai. They offered me this like scholarship, and they told me if you win, you get to go to Hiroshima for free for a week. You know, we cover hotel, foods, transport, whatever.
Yeah, oh boy.
So it was like kind of inhumane the way they picked us out because like I'm like not technically in a school, but I am in the public school system. So basically, if you were in a public school, you could apply for this grant. And each public school around the state could send one kid. And one of the other guys that won told me that the guy that they were going to give the opportunity to go compete in state level, he couldn't get a passport because his dad didn't like want him, like any sort of contact with him, so he wouldn't sign for him to get a passport. So that guy, like, he got crushed, right? Because you just lost the opportunity of a lifetime.
I mean,
right?
I know I'd be upset about it.
I'd be freaking pissed, dog. I said frickin' because we're gonna get demonetized. But yo,
yeah, this video.
It's frickin' times 3, dog. That's how mad I would be.
Like I said, I'd definitely be upset about it.
So yeah, this guy told me like this dude had like the best level in English you could imagine, and he couldn't make it because his dad didn't want him to do it.
I know I'd be upset over that.
So yeah, that was pretty sad. But we had to do like this test, and we all got there, and like everybody kind of like made their like groups of friends, right, within the guys that made it to state level. and,
Yeah.
and it was so inhumane because like everybody make friends. You have to destroy each other at one point, but it's like if you're playing Minecraft Hunger Games, but first you have to like become friends with everybody and then kill them.
I never heard of that.
So I thought that was kind of sad, but eventually three of us won. This guy that lost that I became friends with, he told me that we have the same name, right? We're both Emilio. And they said that they sent the letter of like the winners to his school, and they showed it to him, and then he saw like winners Emilio, and he was like, "Fuck yeah, I won! I'm going to Japan, bitches!" And then he saw the last name, and he's like, "That's not me, guys." And I was like, "Damn, dude, that's rough." So yeah, I went to Japan. I went to Hiroshima. It's really weird because there's like a lot of Japanese people that have moved out of Japan into like a lot of South American countries, and also the U.S. So they have like groups. Have you heard about Birthright?
Birthright? I know the concept of what a birthright is, but over there.
So yeah, it's like Birthright, but for Japanese kids living in this continent. And I had like a very weird interaction because the other one of the judges, like after I won the grant, they told me like, yeah, it's a little bit weird because the other kids are Asian, but you'll fit right in. And I'm like, what's that supposed to mean?
Like, all right, like, what does that have to do with this?
Yeah, that's so weird. And like, I've gotten used to it, to like people not knowing that I'm Mexican. Cause like my sister told me that when we were in like in elementary school, a lot of my classmates asked her like, where was I from? Like, guys, I'm from here. Apparently.
I mean, all right, well, that's again different.
Yeah, people like I remember like 7th grade. I took off my glasses once, and I looked like what's her name from Scooby Doo?
Velma?
I looked like Velma without my glasses. So my eye looks like pretty squinty. So this girl started calling me like China face. And I was like, what the fuck?
It's like, all right, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not even. It's super racist, but like, I'm also not even Asian American, guys. Stop. It was weird.
Interesting ethical experience.
It's interesting as well because I also remember in 8th grade, everybody thought I was black because I was the guy in the class with the darkest skin.
But it turns out that wasn't the case.
It turns out I'm not African American either, guys. I just tan.
Man, again,
I just tan real weird, guys. It's cool. I can't say the N-word. I don't have an N-word pass, guys.
not yet. You don't anyway.
Oh hell.
You can find that's pretty cheap.
Yeah. Where did you get yours?
Oh, do you ever hear? It's an amazing website called eBay. I mean, you could find it on it for like $5.
I'm gonna have to check the validity in your N-word pass because I'm gonna have to cut out a lot of this podcast.
It's the only way to avoid the demonetization.
Yeah. Every time Ryan says the N-word, guys, it's super awkward. But I've gotten used to it.
Yeah. I've said by my own tally, I said like 50 times already.
In Ryansville, Pennsylvania, they know him as N-word guy. It's like
that was my name back in school. They called me the N-word guy, but they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, he had an N-word pass. Even substitute teachers used to call him N-word pass. So.
Yeah, that was my name throughout all of high school. Everyone loved it.
Yes. Anyway, so yeah, Japan was very cool. It's extremely hot there. It's extremely humid there. It's like Florida. But yeah, I got to stay with a host family. So during the weekend, I would stay with a host family. And throughout the week, I'd stay with my group, with the Birthright kids and my Mexican buddies. It was very fun. Everybody was super nice. I really like hung out with a lot of the Birthright kids, which apparently is a weird thing because all the other like previous years, people that have gone previous years on this grant, they never like talk about hanging out with the other like kids from other countries. They just hung out with themselves, which is kind of lame.
I mean, that's probably what it ended up being anyway. Probably, I'm gonna guess anyway.
Yeah.
On trips like that.
So Ryan, you as an Asian American man,
Yes.
everybody knows.
You got my descent right the first time.
Everybody knows Ryan's Asian American.
Absolutely, everyone does.
Yes.
That's exactly what I look like.
Yes. So yeah, that was my year. I had a pretty exciting year overall.
And hopefully the podcast will also have an exciting year as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, I mean,
hopefully we at least.
I mean, our money's on the podcast making it till 2020. I mean, right now it's 2019. If I post this December 30th, you know, we good. I don't know.
Well, I think the podcast should last that long.
Ryan, why are you Skyping me? I mean, Discording me from the bathroom.
What are you talking about?
So yeah, that was our year. I think I one-upped Ryan just a little bit, you know.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Well, as someone who hasn't left the country this year, and also someone
Have you ever
who's
left the
a full-time
country?
college student, you know, I didn't.
Where did you go?
I didn't leave the country. I would say I'm the.
No,
I
like,
was in
have you-
college pretty much all the.
Have you ever left
yeah.
the country? Oh yeah, where did you
Oh,
go?
yes, I have.
Oh, you went to
The
Barbados, right?
Bahamas.
Oh,
Yeah, Bahamas.
Bahamas.
And it was actually it's beautiful down that way. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Went to a few different islands, including the largest cargo shipping island, like the main one that they send all the supplies off to. That was the last island I went to on there.
How
And
long
it
ago
actually
was that?
Really interesting. For me, 4 or 5 years maybe. It's been like 4 or 5 years.
Oh damn! I mean,
It's been a bit, but it's still really fun.
I'm on a streak, dog. Like, I think 2017 I went to. Are you showering? This is so unprofessional.
No,
Are you
it's not
peeing?
a shower, it's a sink.
Ryan
No,
is peeing
it's
on
sick.
the podcast, guys. Anyway, so 2017 I went to the US of A. 2018 Canada. 2019 Japan. 2020.
Where you?
Let's see.
Yeah.
We're going
where
for
do you
that fourth
anticipate
year
going?
in a row, dog.
Where do you intend to go?
I really there's two countries I've always wanted to go. It's Denmark and Brazil.
I was going to say Denmark in my house.
Denmark and Rhinesville, Pennsylvania. Wait, no, Rhinesville.
Yeah,
Rhinesville, it's its own autonomous state.
Exactly. And he was already planning on coming to my house anyway.
Yeah.
You know, we were
Yeah.
going to do like this really epic collab there.
Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, that's another thing I gotta talk about. I actually failed my college entry exam. Quite epically, actually.
Well, yeah, how do you epically fail a college?
Because like I'm getting a physics major, or whatever it's called. I don't know how you guys call it in the U.S.
It's probably about the same.
A bachelor in physics, basically what I'm doing. Because like they test everything you see in like elementary school and middle school and high school, and I didn't remember basically all the other subjects. I already remembered math, physics. So I studied like hell all the other subjects, but I failed all the physics and math questions.
But you got everything else right.
Yeah, everything else I got it pretty good. And it was like, so you don't pass because you failed all the physics stuff and the math stuff, which is kind of the most important part, guys.
Yeah, as far as education goes, science and maths are considered like the most important subjects out of all of that in English.
So I'm getting a degree in education, actually.
You stole my idea.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I signed up. Just like, man, Ryan's gonna throw a tantrum about this.
Yeah, he keeps stealing everything I do.
Yeah.
Like, this is how he grew his channel. He stole the sub for sub idea. He stole a bunch of stuff.
I already did the retake like last month, and like the first time I did it, I barely finished the exam. But this time, I like got there late, and I still had like 30 minutes to spare, so I'm like feeling
Oh.
quite confident. But you know, I don't know. I'm really hoping this YouTube thing works out.
So we have 1 million subscribers by the end of for sure.
So the results are coming in December 14th. So I gotta get to 1 million subscribers by then. So I don't think I'm gonna get the results in 1 week because there's been like a lot of protests in this college that I'm trying to attend, on the university,
I think you probably
because
just find you like failed every single subject.
yeah. Aside from that, but there's like been a couple of riots because there's been a lot of violence towards students. So a bunch of students are protesting that, and they've halted all activity within the university. So
Oh,
yeah, the boiling point was actually that this girl was strangled to death. Not to get demonetized or anything, but they suppose they were trying to rape her. So that's what happened.
oh.
Yes. Ryan's like, very epic.
Yeah, that's amazing. I never.
But the part where it gets a little bit tricky is that the university, they came out with a statement and said that she strangled herself. So they were trying to rule it off as a suicide.
Interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, they're accusing them of like my school has been accused. Well, my future school has been accused of. Well, I did take class there at one point. Only extracurricular stuff. But basically, they're trying to cover up like teachers that harass students sexually. That is.
Leave it to Emilio in order to uncover the truth.
Yeah, I'm like they've told me like some serious like shady stuff that's been going on with teachers. Like they told me that there's this guy that and like so like the university owns a couple of high schools and they're within the same system. So if you do really good in high school in one of their high schools, you don't have to take any sort of test to get into college, right? So the university owns a couple of high schools, and they told me that in one of those high schools there's this teacher that preys on young girls. And apparently one time apparently there were a bunch of like female students failed the test, and he said, all of you failed, but if you give me a kiss, you get that extra point you need to pass. And it's like underage girls. So
Why?
cuz
I don't know. What in the world?
yeah, it's like it's a like a big problem, and it got even worse because a bunch of high school kids were protesting it, and the mayor of the city called the cops on them. Like people in riot gear showed up. You
Jeez,
know.
Louise.
So it's like
So-
not epic right now. So what they're saying is that a bunch of like test results aren't gonna come out, which is like also super dumb because our exam was completely done through a computer. So it like literally at that moment they could have told us like, you passed, you didn't. And it's like only 40 people applied for my area, right? So yeah, right now there's a lot of protest. A bunch of students are like doing sit-ins at schools. They've gone for like, let's see, it was Wednesday when they started, and today's Saturday, about to be Sunday. So does this happen in your school?
No, nothing like that has happened in my school, thankfully. I mean, there's been issues here and there with teachers that got fired early on whenever I started like middle school because they were caught dating and or being with people like in the locker rooms that were on the football team. But other
Damn.
than that, I can't think of any major scandals like aside from some stuff in middle school and early high school, but nothing groundbreaking that it brought the news and the media.
I mean, I didn't go to high school, so I don't know.
But as far as that goes, like, nah, it wasn't that.
So this show should have ended a while ago.
Yeah.
Ryan's tired.
Oh,
I'm like
it's still fun to come back and doing this again.
I'm like here trying to save the show. Ryan's sad for some reason. I don't know.
I don't know. Either way, we still hope you enjoyed it, and we'll try and often for you guys. Maybe
Yeah.
get some.
We'll
some
see
more
you
out.
like in 4 years.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in what 2023.
Yeah. No, 2024. Because this video is probably going to go up May 2020.
So yeah, we'll see you guys in the future at some.
Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter at StinkyMonkeySC.
You can find me at the Nostalgia Factor on YouTube or the Boss Official on YouTube, as most of you will know it by. I upload pretty regularly on this channel. Never missed an upload any day at all.
Do you post
If you
2
guys-
videos a day?
3 videos a day. Yeah, you can. No.
3 videos a day. Oh, I'm a double subscribe for that one.
Definitely, you double subscribe. I upload as much as I can, but I've been more active on it since my hiatus. So if you want to go check it out, feel free.
This is hiatus of 8 months.
It was not 8 months. It wasn't even close to 8 months.
I really want to say something like check out my latest video, but honestly, I have no idea. And
Check out
yeah.
Rian in the description. You guys can see my nudes are on $1 tier.
Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah. Guys, I have to admit, I actually have $10 tier, and I see Ryan's nudes every night before I go to sleep.
Yeah, I send him new nudes to keep the Patreon active
Yeah.
every single year.
Basically,
And
I have like this weird condition where I have to have a nightmare so I can have a full night of rest. So I see Ryan's nudes every night, so I'm fully charged for the next day. So
Oh,
it's a pretty
yeah.
weird condition. Like 1 out of 50 Americans has it, which is pretty weird because I'm not even American. So I keep telling you guys I'm an overachiever.
They're out somewhere. You guys want to see my bold shots? They're out there somewhere.
Yeah.
On-
So thank
but,
you. This is the shut up. This is the return of the Trash Talk podcast.
Yep. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This has been the boss and Amelia.
I think I want to start this new tradition where you tell me, I ask you a deep question and you have to answer it.
All right, shoot.
Would you step on a puppy for $1 million?
No.
Dude, what's wrong with you?
I'm not stepping on a puppy for $1 million.
Dude, you can like buy more puppies with $1 million. It's fine.
I would do it. I'd do it for $5.
Oh, hell yeah. My man. In editing, could we add like a high five effect when I say my man?
Yeah, sure.
So thanks, and we'll see you in the next time.
Yep. See you later, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.